Hey guys, it's Ms. Gomez. Today we're going to talk about prisms. Okay, so it says label the parts of the prism. So first we need to identify our bases. For rectangular prisms in part A, it doesn't matter which sides you choose because all the opposite sides are parallel and congruent. So just because this is smaller to highlight, I'm going to pick this one. Okay, that means that this side is going to be our other base. Okay, so these are bases. That means this length in between the two bases is going to be our height. Okay? It doesn't matter which side you know because they should all be the same length. Okay? That's our height. So part B, this is a triangular prism. Both of our bases are triangles. Okay? So these are the sides that are congruent and parallel. So one base, two base. And that means that this length is going to be our height. Yay! Now that we know this information, we can use it to find these things down here. So lateral area is the sum of the areas of the lateral faces. Okay, the lateral faces are these faces on the side. So these three rectangles that connect the triangles, these are the lateral. These with the red lines that go around, these are the lateral. So think of, we should all have canned soups or veggies at home, right? Some kind of canned good. So you'll notice that it has a label that goes all the way around it, right? It wraps all the way around, or like a water bottle. It goes all the way around. It does not include the top or bottom. Those are just left metal, okay? So that sheet of paper, that label that goes around, that's your lateral surface area. Our total area is everything. So if we're using our triangular prism, it's the lateral area and the bases, so it includes the triangle. Okay, so think of the Thursday before spring break. I know it's a long time ago, but we made those nets. You guys cut out the nets and then you folded them up and taped them to make 3D shapes. So the paper that you cut out that you had ready to fold up when it was still flat, that was like your total area. The paper was your total area. When you folded it up, a lot of you guys made cubes that day. You noticed it took up a lot more space. So, sorry it's an ugly cube. So when it was flat as a sheet of paper, you could just like stick it in your backpack real easy. When it was a 3D shape, you couldn't. It would have squished it, right? So everything that was inside of it, that's your volume. Okay, so just what the outside paper was, your net, that's your area. All the space that that shape takes up once you taped it together, that's your volume. Okay. So to find the lateral area, we're going to denote that as LA. Easy, right? LA. It is perimeter times height. Okay. So it's not just the perimeter of anything. Perimeter. Oops. Meant to put P equals. It's the perimeter of the base. So you need to find what your base is and then find the perimeter of that. This little h is our height of the prism. Okay, so it's this height, right? So from base to base. Capital B is the area of the base. Okay, so your perimeter and your area, they refer to your base. The height refers to the height of the prism. So let's go to our first example. Name the prism below. Okay, well, this is a rectangular prism. All of its faces are rectangles, so that just makes sense. Find its lateral area, total area, and volume. Use the shaded face as your base. So remember I said for this one, it didn't matter which one you picked. So they picked for us. They want us to do this one. So if this is our base, oh, I already colored it, then we need to find the perimeter of this because it's perimeter times height. Okay. So this equals P times H. So the perimeter is going to be 8 plus 8 and 6 plus 6. Okay, and then we're multiplying that by our height, which is this leftover number, so this is our height. Okay, so that's 2. Okay. You'll notice that 8 plus 8 plus 6 plus 6 is 28, times 2 is 56. Okay, so our lateral area is 56. Our total area equals PH plus 2 capital B. Okay, well we just found PH right here. That's our lateral area. So you could say lateral area plus 2B, either one. So we're going to have 56 plus 2 times whatever B is. Okay, so B is the area of this shape. So it's 8 times 6. Okay, 8 times 6 is just 48. We're going to have 2 times 48. Alright. 2 times, this all equals 152. Yay! Okay, our volume is capital B times height. Okay, well we found capital B, it's right here, it's 48, times our height, we already said earlier was 2. So 48 times 2 is 96. Yay! And we're all done with example 2. Guys, please feel free to pause, fast forward, and ask questions on the Google Classroom in case you're not. Okay, on to example 3. So let's name this. This is a triangle base, so that means the name is going to be a triangular prism. Okay, so let's go ahead and find some of the information we know we need. So we're going to need the perimeter, so 10 plus 10 plus 12. Okay, that's 32. Our height, that's going to be this, so 4. And then our capital B is our area of the base. So the area of a triangle is 1/2 base times height. So we know our base is 12. Okay, so we can say 1/2 times 12. But now what we need to know is this height right here. What is this? So half of 12 is 6, right? So we should recognize a Pythagorean triple, 3, 4, 5. So that means this is going to be 6, 8, 10. So our height was easy to find there. If you want to use Pythagorean theorem, you could, and you would get 8. Okay, so 1/2 of 12 is 6. 6 times 8 is 48. And that is our B. So let's use this to find our areas and volumes. So lateral area is perimeter times height. So 32 times 4 is 128. Okay. Total area is our lateral area plus 2B. 128 plus 2 times, we said capital B was 48. So all of that equals 224. Yay! Okay. Our volume is capital B times height. So our area of the base was 48 times height of 4. And that will give us 192. Ooh. Okay, last example. So let's name this. This is a trapezoid base. Okay, so it's going to be called a trapezoidal prism. Kind of fun to say. Trapezoidal. Alright, let's find our info. So the perimeter, 6 plus 12, and 5 plus 5. Remember, it's the outside. Okay, so 18 plus 10 is 28. Our height is going to be this length here, so that's 10. Now we need to find the area of the base. Alright, so the area of a trapezoid is 1/2 times the height times base 1 plus base 2. I know it's kind of long, but we should remember it from before spring break. So fortunately, they gave us the height. They gave us 4 right here. Okay, the height of the trapezoid, not of the prism. And then base 1 plus base 2, so 6 plus 12. Alright, so 1/2 of 4 is 2. 2 times 18 is 36. So that is our B. Our B is 36. Okay, so let's fill these in. Lateral area is perimeter times height. Perimeter is 28 times 10. Okay, that's going to be 280. Our total area is our lateral area plus 2 times the area of base, which we said is 280 plus 2 times 36. Okay, all of that equals 352. And then our volume is capital V times height, which is 36 times 10. So that equals 360. Woo woo! I miss you guys. Let me know if you have any questions. Bye!